Hello there, thank you for joining us once again to the Young and Sweet podcast. Welcome for this episode 10, and my name is Newton Ngugi, joined by
Josie
and your favorite uncle, Echo.
Asante sana. So thank you for joining us guys, and it's been a while, tumekuwa tukipotea hapa kule, but tumeweza kurudi hapa na episode ya 10, na ningependa kujua Brian, umekuwa ukiendeleaje since we last met?
Mimi niko fresh barida. We're just from the elections, So it's in new government, new strategies,
new administration,
and coming soon the new Young and Sweet and the best ever.
Yes, so guys, welcome. Leo tuko na new set. So unaona tuko na new set, we have changed a little bit the here and there, and that's why we delayed na episode kidogo. Just feel any new update on your side?
I feel soft. Yes. Yeah. Kuchangamka tu.
Perfect. Sawa. So leo ningependa tuingie direct to our topic. So topic ya leo ni very simple actually. Topic ya leo ni ya diabetes myths and misconceptions. So what do we mean by myths? Myths ni vitu ambazo tunasikia kule mashinani, ni chocha, si ndio? Chocha kwa mfano unasikia kwamba ati Kenya tukifanya elections kila wakati lazima kuwe na nini, si ndio? Lakini tuliprove watu wrong, si ndio? So in diabetes myths and misconceptions ni kama gani ambayo Brian umesikia kule mashinani, where you are from, ama kitu ambayo wewe kama mtu ambaye anaishi na hii hali yetu ya kisukari huwa inakubo?
But just to clarify kidogo, si mashinani peke yake. It covers kila pahali. Mashinani, kwa group of schools, polling stations.
Yeah. Group of schools kuna misconceptions.
Mingi sana. Nikwambia moja. It's all about, wanasemanga diabetes is contagious. Si kitu kayo. What is the meaning of contagious? Kuambukizana. Is it a myth or is it a fact?
That's a myth.
It's a myth kwa sababu mtu ambaye anaishi na hali ya kisukari, mimi ukinikaribia mimi ati juu niko na kisukari, maanisha ati kwamba nitakuambukiza. It belongs to a group of conditions known as NCDs, non-communicable diseases. Ndio? Yes. Another one, Josephine?
Ile itu ya huko polling station, ni ati ukikula sukari mingi utapata diabetes.
Awesome.
Hiyo si a group of schools, ama ni a group of schools?
I don't think so.
Kila mahali.
Yeah, so watu kwa wanasema if you eat sugary foods, unapata diabetes, but si ukweli. Diabetes type 1, there is no definite cause.
Yes.
No cause of type 1 diabetes.
Yes. Hata afadhali umeguzia Josephine, because kuna watu napatanga pale wananiambia kwamba Newton uko na diabetes. Hata nyanya yangu na baba yangu walikuwa na diabetes. Brian tunaweza mwambia kuna difference, ndio? Mimi si ati juu niko na diabetes yangu ni kama tu ya nyanya yangu ama ya babu yangu, si ndio? Kuna tofauti, si ndio? Whereby yangu ni type 1 na yake labda most likely ni type 2, si ndio? What is the difference in terms of that?
Type 1 is an autoimmune disease condition.
Yes.
Where not a medical student or field, but where the beta cells are attacked, which leads to type 1. And the symptoms here type 1 mostly ni kusikia kukojoa sana, unakunywa maji mingi, you cut a lot of weight, you feel hungry most of the time, which needs you to go to the hospital to be diagnosed or to be told the next step in management. Sindo?
Kabisa.
Alafu pia nikikuwa shosho sitakuwa type 2. Itakuwa pia type 1. So inaweza kuwa pia shosho ya huyo alikuwa type 1.
Exactly. Just since you gonna desire to live 100 years. If you live 100 years, alafu unaambia mtu shosho yangu ako type 1, ako na diabetes kama yangu. It is possible. And we all want to live to that age.
Yeah. So pia that's a myth. Watu ukianza kuzeeka, kama wewe si mtoto, kama you are young age when you type 1, if you are older it's type 2. But hakuna graduation. Unaweza kuwa
umeenda
ukizeeka bado ukiwa type 1.
Another thing, insulin is one of the
medications.
Not medication. Yes, medication to to manage type 1, you know.
Yes.
Then there's this myth yenye insulin cures diabetes. Is it a myth or is it a fact?
Actually it's a myth kwa sababu Josephine, the problem that there exists is that mtu nadhani itakuwa kwa sababu wewe Josephine wewe unajidunga ati ulipata dawa ambayo inakufanya nini. So at the end of the day it's not a cure, it helps you manage.
Yeah.
So in one way inamaanisha kwamba ukikosa insulin management yako inakuwa kwa shida. Umenipata?
Yeah.
So that way we mean that insulin is a what? Is a medication. Ndio, it is managing you. In scientific world wanasemanga insulin is a hormone. Exactly. But kule mashinani tunawaambia kwamba inakusaidia kufanya nini? Ku manage. So it is not a cure at this point.
And to add on that, this is a message to the new administration.
Yes.
Type 1, insulin is a basic need. Literally, it's a basic need. Without insulin, ni kubaya, you know?
Yes.
So to the new government, to the hopefully the new minister,
policy makers,
yes. Tuangalie hiyo sector ya management in terms of insulin packaging.
In short, insulin is a basic need.
It's a basic need kama maji, chakula, because without it
management inakuwa na shida, si ndio?
Alafu pia diabetes is not a curable disease.
Yes.
So hakuna venye insulin
you manage. Yeah.
So insulin is used to manage diabetes, not cure. Usipate beshte yako, najua napatanga watu wengine wananiuliza nikitumia hii nitatumia hii insulin for how long? It's good to prepare them psychologically.
Instead of giving false hope.
Speaking of management, you know, we manage through insulin and exercise. So there's this, I don't know if it's a myth or it's a fact. Can type 1 exercise, or can type 1 engage him or herself into activities kama sports, games? Is it a myth or is it a fact?
So the message that we want to put across is that a person living with diabetes, especially type 1 hapa nje, ni mtu ambaye anahitaji insulin, ndio? So if this person has the right access to diabetes care, that is insulin in terms of also self-monitoring, kujipima sukari here and there, and also clinic adherence to medication and also clinics, ndio? This person anaweza resume a normal life. What does a normal life entail? Kufanya kazi zako kawaida, kujoin gym, si ndio Brian, Josephine, si ndio? Kuenda pale kuwa ta pilot, because I was reading one post by a person on LinkedIn in South Africa. He was a pilot na alisimamishwa hata kazi kwa sababu waliona you are a person who is a predicament. Hii situation yako ina limit. So he took another year to convince them that he can do what? He can even fly an aeroplane, ndio? So we want to make sure that pale mashinani, if you've got the right amount of support in terms of all that, and also if you're in a support group that also embraces you, you can be able to resume your normal life.
To add on that, kuna celebs, kuna I don't say rich people, influential, famous people.
Yes.
Real Madrid ikona this a good defender anaitwa Nacho
Fernandez.
He's a diabetic type 1.
Yes.
Yes. In wrestling kuna anaitwa Kelly O'Reilly. Right now ako AEW, anaitwa All Elite Wrestling, formerly alikuwa WWE. So guys, you can do whatever you want.
Yes.
You can be a professional, you can be mostly other maybe our politicians, they are, and they're just living a normal life like everybody else. See, it's good to embrace who you are and be the best that you can.
Yes.
In short, diabetes is not a limiting factor. Na juu ya hiyo maneno, do you exercise, you people? Ama mna preach water?
I personally do exercise at least 1 hour in a day. At least. Do you?
Personally, I do push-ups early in the morning before I take anything. So I take my
how many times? So push-up inaweza kuwa moja.
So I take my nikiamka asubuhi, normally I check my blood sugars before doing the exercise. So nikifanya push-up nafanya at least 10 of them. Then if I break a sweat, ninaenda ku have a bath.
This is my advice. It's not about breaking a sweat. Sisi wengine we break sweat. See a sweat. Yeah. But you should time yourself. Unasema in the next 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I'll do this, I'll do that. At least 30 minutes of intense workout good for you.
Yeah. But at least lazima break a sweat, because
you can't measure a sweat. Utamesha aje sweat?
As in you do it and then you at least you feel there is some sort of elevated blood pressure kidogo, unaona? So inakuwa you will feel it.
So in short, tusikue mafans tu wa futa. Hebu cheze futa.
Yeah, exactly.
Ama cheerleading squad. Tulikuwa mnaoma shule.
About management, you know,
Yes.
in relation to myths. Tumesema insulin is not a cure. Tumesema sports, you can engage in sports. So another thing is about dieting. Watu wanasemanga certain foods kama cinnamon, gombero,
hizo ambazo hata
cure diabetes. Is it
ile
true?
ingine inaitwa don melon, ile iko huko.
Ile inakaa chura matunda.
Actually, that is misinformation. Yeah, exactly. It is misinformation. There is myth and there is misinformation. Misinformation is telling people lies. Thinking that ni uongo, si ndio? Yeah, so it means that a person living with diabetes, you have to ati kuna ile diet unafaa kufollow. Unaona? There is nothing like that. You should at least have your sugar in control and have the right amount of diabetes care that you should subscribe to, si ndio? Kwa sababu there is this content imekuja mpya and it is inasambaa sana. Watu wanasema ati Brayo kuna diabetes reversal diet. You see? So what is that? No, so people are like bringing one diet to cater for the whole world. Sindio? For example, Brayo, mimi na wewe Josephine, tunatumianga insulin, but a different type. Mimi natumia insulin, sindio? But a different type. Wewe unatumia insulin, sindio? But a different type. Then why are we subjecting these people to one diet? You see? Tebu imagine dunia nzima Brayo kama tungekuwa tunakula ugali. For a minute, imagine tungekuwa tunakula ugali, sindio? So we need to have diverse. Yes, we need to have diverse diet, not because of even because of sustainability. Unaona? So it is important for people to know that sio lazima tufuate one diet and it is misinformation at the same time.
Another thing pia, if you eat certain diet and it cures diabetes, now tunaweza sema that's a diabetic diet, but again hakuna diet ina cure. It's not a medicine or a treatment for diabetes.
So mtu asiwadanganya ati cinnamon, thorn melon, sijui nini, it cures. It helps in your nervous system, body. Unapata vitamins nini, but it doesn't cure. It's not a cure. Ama itasaidia.
Tutapata wapi thorn melon?
Ziko, nitakupeleka jioni uone ziko mingi hapa tu town.
Na sasa mtu wa Marsabit tutapata wapi thorn?
Hata nikoshobia Marsabit kuna zile local fruits zenye ziko labeled cure to. Kama Marsabit kuna kitu inaitwa makuti kwa Samburu, Marsabit makuti. People drink that thing ni ya root. So ukikunywa wanakwambia it really helps your body, but in essence it doesn't cure, but it just helps in the general blood circulation.
But you know that has to come from a medical point of view. So also the misinformation up there, let us be aware.
And it depends pia where you're coming from.
Culture.
Kwenye area kwa Gashas, kwa refugee.
Which is of course different, ndio? So kuna myth nyingine ambayo nataka pia watu waweze kuelewa when it comes to diabetes, ndio? Na hii inahusu about the stress levels, ndio? Which is very very tricky, ndio? Watu wanasemanga watu wa kisukari ukimpandisha anajams nini, unaona? So mtu anakaa in the defensive, anajiuliza nikiongea na nani na Josephine hiyo mambo ya diabetes na nini si hata kanika na jame, usimpatie news sahi, ngoja kidogo, usimpe stress, usimpandishe sukari. Yes, usimpandishe sukari, usimpandishe mambo kama hiyo.
Ama tukikasirika kidogo ni sukari.
Ni sukari ya so
hiyo ni kweli juu hata mimi at some point some people walikuwa wanasema huyo ukimkasirisha amekasirika kwa sababu sukari ilipanda ama sukari ilishuka.
So inamaanisha watu wa sukari wao
wakasiriki. To me it's all about personalities. Mimi unakasirika unafurahi. So nikifurahi sana mbona ukisema ni sukari nimefurahi.
Alafu kama ni sukari basi watu wana diabetes hawakasirika.
Mimi najua mtu mwingine ako very healthy lakini akikasirika mabari ya kulima.
Temperamental difference.
I think your personality matters. Kuna some moments you are disappointed. Ukikasirika it's part of human nature. Huwezi sema ati sukari imefanya nikapiga mtu speaking of kuwa mtu. Kuna this myth wanasema ati if you are diabetic you can't be arrested.
What do you?
Is it a fact? Is it true?
Unless tufanye practice. Practical, like try and break a rule alafu kuje tuone mutashika mutasema mimi ni wa ni diabetic.
I would think to be safe and to be on the safe side, it's you do not have to use it as an excuse.
The law applies equally to everyone.
Sindio? Because at the end of the day, ukenda kwa court of law, they will not that they can't even jail you, watakufunga. If the evidence is there to support that, they will take all the necessary measures and then they take you to what? To the jail, sindio? So out there, take advice and also take...
You'll be prosecuted.
You'll be prosecuted and you'll be persecuted.
Tutakuwa tunapeleka clinic.
Wenye Matiang'i anasemanga, the law is very clear.
Yeah. So,
it doesn't apply equally to everyone. Yeah. So ukiwa diabetic usiende kufanya makosa ati sukari yangu itakuwa chini, ama itakuwa juu. Police, they can mind, but the law will apply equally. No, because unaweza shikwa na hypoglycemia, utatibiwa, but kesho utaenda pale uchukue pili yako pale. Josephine, did you do this? Yes or no? Another thing is
kuna ingine
ati watu wako diabetic hawezi operate machines ama kuendesha gari ama kufanya unaendesha gari ama unachapanga machine.
That's a myth. That's a myth. What you have to do, you have to take precaution. So if you are driving a vehicle, you can check even our previous topic to handle diabetes and traveling. So there are things that you have to look. For example, come on, travel from here to Kakamega, you should at least have a snack. Take precaution, at least you want to take breaks. So at least you should have those precautions. Remember, you're not like the rest of the population. You need to put one thing or two in order. So that's a myth, and people out here are doing all those stuff. They are diabetic. So
which means that if you are diabetic, ni kujipanga. Whatever you do, at least usiamke tu na kusema kaende hata gari yako ukiwa na gari si unaamka una check tires, unaangalia maji, unaangalia insurance hiyo ni long term.
Sasa uko na vitu mbili za kucheck no check gari.
Sasa gari ni gari ni wewe sasa. Lazima uangalie kwanza your sugars, are they okay? Kienda kidogo ukiona kama ziko juu, you know what to do. Ukiona ziko chini, you know what to do. Ndio kabisa. Right?
So tuko pale Twitter, tuko Facebook, tuko YouTube, zote TikTok, Young and Sweet. So remember to like, comment and share and to follow. Subscribe pia usisahau.
So guys, mko na idea of what superstitions are?
Hiyo kizungu ni ya group of schools ama ni ya polling station.
It covers superstitious inamaanisha.
Yes.
I don't know how to say it, but kitu yenye it's a taboo. Taboo ni kitu not normal. Umeelewa sasa mtu wa polling station?
Umeelewa.
Sasa or cultural, where you come from. Wewe wanagashagwa huko Nyeri, wewe ni wa Kangemi, maybe from Kitale. Unaona kuna a lot of cultural beliefs and superstition. So kuna this cultural belief wanasemanga diabetes ulirogwa, ilitoka kwa mashetani, iko kwa witchcraft, madimoni. Is it true ama?
So diabetes is largely, that's a superstition inakonga pale mashinani, because they believe that ukipata kisukari umetupio mapepo, sindio? And we know very well that diabetes is because of insulin ambayo ifanyi kazi vile inafanya nini inavyofaa. In type 1 ile manufacturing hiyo kiganda kutengeneza insulin, which is a key, haifanyi kazi vile inavyofaa, sindio? Type 2 has got the risk factors and all that, na pia kwamba the dysfunction hiyo pia fungu yenyewe haifanyi kazi vile inavyofaa, sindio? So there is all those is just myth and misconception. So the goal of at the end of the day ni kusema hakuna mtu ambaye amekuroga ndio upate kisukari, sindio? But then again, we are in Africa, and Africa is our business. So the theme for this year, actually the World Diabetes Day theme is educate to do what? To protect. Sindio? The reason why we are doing this content is for you guys outside there. Hata kama you do not live with the diabetes, kindly watch so that you be enlightened. Unakumbuka COVID-19 ndio ilikujanga na misinformation. Sijui kunywe, sijui bitter lemon, sijui fanya nini, sijui all of a sudden by there kubwa na lemon kwa market. lemon zilikuwa zimekimbizana na nyanya, it was very expensive, si ndio? So the purpose of this content is for you guys to educate and also to do what, to also promote the right information, si ndio?
But speaking on bado tukiokoa point ya comes from evil, I am sure whatever unatoka penye unatoka, unaweza kuwa you are a Chinese, wewe ni mzungu, niko sure every type 1 amekama across this thing. On a personal point of view, kuna some people wanasemanga those days during diagnosis. Hata mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa so confused, na shangaa ni nini. Juu ni kitu unashangaa, mzee umekonda, unakunywa maji, mtu anakuambia wewe ulirogwa mzee, ati sijui
sasa yeye akukunywa maji,
ati you are paying for the sins of your sijui grandfather. Hata ushaambiwa hizo vitu, si ndio? Hata wewe kila mtu
so anakwambia
I'm sure that's not true. It's something that the body itself. Unajua unaweza hata tembea leo, unasema mwenda pole ajikwai, lakini hata ukienda pole utajikwaa, si ati na kataa mambo ya wazee, lakini utaanguka at some point. Lakini pia kuteleza, kuanguka sio mwisho wa safari. You have to move on step by step. You will be there and you'll be healthy and you'll be wewe unakaka mtu wako diabetic.
No, you don't. Hakuna time unatembeanga unapata pale nje watu wameandikwa this is diabetes, this is cancer, si ndio? So another information pia tunafaa kupass out, if you are living with these non-communicable diseases, you are not the disease. Si ndio? You can become a journalist, you can become a football player, like tumesema, you can become a president, si ndio? Former prime minister wa UK, she's type 1, living with type 1, si ndio? So outside here you can contribute to the society. So it's not a curse. So you can manage the condition na mambo yako yaendelee kama kawaida, si ndio?
Speaking of that, so you people believe in God, huh? Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
I do. Or your viewers, do you believe you can be a Muslim?
Yeah.
Christian, or any superstitious thing? You can be a not superstitious, religious thing. You can be a Hindu or any other belief. But there's this myth wanasema, once you have a disease, it's an act of God. This is a myth inatoka mostly the Asian countries. Hata in Kenya, some religion wanakwambia wewe uko diabetic, Mungu ndiye amekupea na unajua the reason mbona amekupea, na yeye ndiye atakutibu, na yeye ndiye atakuponya. Unaona, I'm not preaching, but kitu kali
hiyo inafanya mtu aizienda hosi. The only place you can go is unaweza pata healing from a spiritual leader.
Another big one. This one is big in Africa. Because I don't know how to put it, and I do not want to also provoke the African point. So what I want to say is that hakuna vile unaweza ombewa diabetes ishe. It is not possible, right? Because what we want to preach out there is that at the end of the day you can be given management tools, and that is what we want to advocate for as young and sweet. We want to inspire you to continue living with the condition and also your life in endelea. We want to advocate for people to do what? To continue having these tools for managing diabetes. There is no special hand that will come itakwekelewa ati sijui Josephine Bona, sijui kitu kama hiyo. So you see, it is a very huge mythical. I know we are fighting against health, and there is a misconception ambayo pia nataka watu wajue. People think that hii condition ilitoka kwa wazungu. So kama ilitoka kwa wazungu and then they look the culture of wazungu, they think is the wrath of God. Umeshika hapo, ndio. So for example, watu wanasema in our days ukienda pale mashinani upate mtu akona miaka 70 na akona kisukari, alafu unamwambia uko na kisukari, atakaa chini kwanza kwa kisapere, asema unajua hii magonjwa iko hiyo wakati imekuja wakati wa hii na watu walileta ni wazungu, na kwa sababu walileta there is that, unaona. So there is that conflict of scientific knowledge and empirical evidence and the belief that we have.
So you guys, umesema mambo ya wazungu.
Yes.
Is there a difference between mwili yako, kichwa yako ndio ile mpaka miguu, na mzungu angekuwa hapa? I think to me the only difference is color. Functions of the body,
they are the same.
They're actually the same. So si kitu ya wazungu ati ilikuja na wazungu. Type 1 it's all about autoimmune. Our body actually are the same. Ni color to the pigmentation.
Hata tukiongea hapa about different people, pia kuna wengine wanasemanga diabetes is for the rich.
Matajiri.
Matajiri pekee. So
when tajiri
Yeah, you're rich. You're all rich. Where's tajiri?
I'm rich in resources and lakini mambo ya pesa.
By the according to my world, I'm the richest person.
So I need 20,000.
Not financial. According to the world, I'm the richest person.
Hapana, umesema the richest, but me I view riches as finances.
Okay, when you're talking about hapa, tunaongea about finances.
Yes. Sasa wewe you owe me.
No problem. I can give you 20,000 ideas. To give you 20,000 Kenya shillings. So that is the
So diabetes, so must expect quite cool kids. It cut across
all ages.
Yes.
All ages.
Even the prevalence of diabetes, actually the prevalence of diabetes in the world is 1 out of 10 adults, irrespective of where you are. Kama uko na huku kunaitangwa sijui Dogonoi, uko na huko sijui Japan, Okinawa, uko sijui wapi America, Minnesota. So Okinawa is a place in Japan if I'm not wrong, ama in Asia.
Inazuma vitu Isuzu
Yokozuna. Yes, so it doesn't matter, sindio? So at the end of the day, diabetes is cutting across.
We are talking about diabetes, achana na watu wa geography. For us who to drop at introduction,
yes,
achana tuseme it cut across kila mtu regardless of the age pia, because kuna ingine pia inasema diabetes ni ya watu wazee.
Yeah.
So when unaenda ku create awareness about type 1 diabetes wanashindwa.
Yes.
Wewe na mdogo, where did you get this disease from?
Yes.
Yeah?
You guys, naulize, this is a personal question. Umekutana na mtu, a very rich person, ako diabetic, ama so ulisema former prime minister, we assume she is rich. We assume, we don't know her financial.
She has financial resources.
We don't know. We are not from there.
Lakini kuna kwa ukweli she's rich.
But of course ile declaration of wealth wanasema we assume she's wealthy.
Yeah.
But huko mashinani unaweza pata mtu hana hata chakula but ako diabetic.
Yeah.
Or the symptoms amekuja nayo, it's diabetic type 1, you know.
Yeah.
So diabetes is not for the rich. But the management literally varies.
Yeah.
Unaweza pata mtu ana manage because insulin is expensive. That's why I said my appeal to the government, subsidy ama wanaita aje skezi. It doesn't anyone. Subsidy ama we empower people to help.
Yeah.
We don't know how the government does.
We can tell the government toy tax on strips.
Yeah.
Like we can't manage what we don't know.
Not on the strips. The manifesto ya the government itself inasema to bring the resources to the local man. We can have, I don't know if company ama nini, ikuwe na a branch maybe to help people. Insulin is so expensive. Sidhani kama kuna insulin cheaper. And it's something basic. Imagine unanunua 30 bob. Why can't insulin or strips be 30 bob or rather free?
Yes.
Hata si 30 bob free. Na pia we have an affordable insurance cover. I don't understand how an insurance will cover me nikishafika catastrophic health cost pale kwa kidneys.
Yes.
Inafaa ku help me prevent kidney failure.
Complications, all set of complications.
So so this government.
My also appeal is to also look at the whole spectrum of advocating as people living with the condition. If you look at the diabetes world, I also I want it to resemble to the AIDS world, the HIV world. Yeah? So the HIV and AIDS world, we had advocates in the early 90s come out to be able to speak on they share the experiences. So the only way that diabetes world can be able to change is to look at how we as the people living with the condition are empowered. Empowered through what, Brian? Empowered through education. You have been diagnosed with diabetes type 1 as a person living with diabetes. What are the basic minimums? What starter kit are we going to offer you? Ndio ukienda pale outside, you are able to do what? You are able to manage this condition. Because if we fail to manage the condition at the early stages, we are preparing for what? for losses in the coming years, sindio? We had an NCD's global charter juzi, sindio? What was the theme? Invest to protect, sindio? So invest right now to protect in the future. So this content that we are creating, for example, we started with the Genesis in the episode 1. You can look under the subscription, under the channel. We have so much content. So we are doing this to protect. We want to do this for the rest of our lives. Ndio? And diabetes does not choose where itakuja. Inaweza kuja kwako, inaweza miss nyumba yako, ienda kwa nyumba nyingine. So it will affect everyone. If it does not come in your family, it will come in another way. Because if your boss is living with this condition na hajaweza kumanage, they will start having kidney failure. Ndio? So ile kazi boss yako anafanya itarushia nani?
Exactly. It doesn't affect you. It affects us directly.
Yes.
You are diabetic for some years. I am too.
Yes.
It can affect you directly or indirectly. I can have a friend who really cares for me. Once my health iko chini ama atakuwa affected, either psychologically, emotionally,
even
financially.
Yes.
So I'm so sure it affects everybody.
The entire nation.
But we need, when you unasema we need information, people hawajui about diabetes. Wanajuanga tu ni ile ugonjwa ya wazee.
Yes.
It covers kila mtu
kabisa.
So it doesn't really choose.
And for type 1s, tunaambia we are a young generation. We are young. We are the
young community.
We are
the future.
Yes, so we are agents to change and progress. And for us to be productive, we have to be healthy. So tunataka free insulin, affordable strips. We need to protect our future.
Affordability
and accessibility.
You guys, to finalize that, mnapenda food?
Nani hapendi kukula?
Hii ni swali yako na review. Mnapenda chakula?
I used to live.
You used to live ama you live to eat?
I used to live.
I do both. I live to eat.
Whatever the case, is food a cure to diabetes? Watu wakiwa wagonjwa, let me cut. This is the last point. Ukiwa mgonjwa malaria, typhoid, all these common diseases, especially malaria, sindio? Wewe unapewa uji, kunywa, fruits, kula. Ukiwa diabetic, si watu wanasema ni ugonjwa. Nikikupa hizo chakula zote, will it help your body ikuwe sawa? Is it?
Yeah, so I tend to believe the food is not cure because hakuna chakula utakula mara moja na for the rest of your life utakula.
Na chakula zote ziko na glycemic.
Yeah, zinapandisha stress, ndio. So it is just a sort of management that I see for us living with the condition. And by the way, this is something very important. If you are living with diabetes and another condition, when you go to the hospital, kindly mention that you have another condition. Do at least even the management inakuwa very individualized. There are some medication out there, some foods that you can be given because of that other condition ambayo inaweza fanya nini condition yako ikuwe nini, si ndio? So as we are closing up, we want to say thank you for even liking, for commenting, for even following us on the socials. So we will be doing a lot of content out here, and we'll be coming big because in the next month or two we will also having an hangout for diabetes people living with the condition, si ndio?
Yes.
So reach us on social media, where TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, sindio, and also LinkedIn for our individual profiles, sindio. So we also want to appreciate that, sindio. Closing up,
final remarks, just feel able to.
So my final remarks, we have talked about myths and misconceptions. Yes. So how are we going to demystify or debunk them? It's through education.
Yes.
Now for this education, we don't have standardized information.
Yes.
Kienda kila mahali, there's different information about diabetes ama education. So I guess we need to standardize your diabetes information.
Yes.
And it should be in the most simplest language. Yenye mtu tu akiangalia ata understand and comprehensive. Sindio? So isikuwe na kizungu mingi.
Something simple.
Something simple.
Brief and
I love this education. Nikienda Masabit, kwa Masabit akona the same information. Na yenye niko that way, we are going to demystify everything. Because for the next month, we'll be celebrating our World Diabetic Month. November. And the theme is educate to protect. So education is important. Plays 60% of diabetes management.
What is your final parting shot?
My parting shot has always been, if we educate, we will protect. It doesn't matter who we are outside there, public awareness, social media engagement, mass media awareness, all that, si ndio?
Yes.
Brian?
Yangu, sitaki kurudia chenye mmesema. I think mmesema a lot. Mimi, I just have 2 critical things. Ya kwanza, from today, mimi I'll be saying something to do with appeal to the government. Always, in every episode, hata kasi itakuwa anyone.
Yes.
Appeal to the government muhimu. And if William Ruto and the government mnaona,
Tuende parliament.
watatuona hapa. We know you can walk the panel police hakuchape because lazima upeane permit ya peaceful demonstration, peaceful nini or appointment. That's the first thing, appeal to the government muhimu, which have already done it. The second thing, it's an advice to all people. Everyone is at risk kwa kupata diabetes.
Yes.
You can get diabetes ukiwa 1 year, 20 years, 30, hata kuna instance ya 50 years, type 1. So to me, to people, balance is key. Whatever you do, piga sherehe, kula, fanya, but if you're a diabetic person, kuna balance between what you do and your medication and your management. So whatever you do, as much as you are ama hauko diabetic, everything has balance. Wanasemanga hata your cup ikioverfill, itamwagika kwa carpet. Yaanze tena kushika madasta. So balance everything. Wheels wanasemanga wheels of justice. You have to be.
It is life with some diabetes and not diabetes with some life. The diabetes marathon continues. Thank you.
Soko.
Huyu jamaa kwa soko bado.
Niko soko lakini side ya exit. Sasa unajua unaweza rudi, unaweza kuwa umesahau nyanya 2 huko kununua. Sasa niko hapo karibu exit.
Hapana, bei imepanda.
Lakini weekend nani yako anaenda Rurashio, uniform ya Rurashio kakitenge hapo. Huyu ni kama ametoka soko.
Ukiona mtu anavaa hivi, unajua huyu
nimeshatoka.
Anyway,
Thank you guys. Love you guys. See you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.